last season?
Musa has done very well. I'm very proud of him. But it's not something that I just woke up and decided that Musa must be the one leading the club. It's something that I've observed since last season through the playoffs. But even before the playoffs, I mean, his leadership skills on the field said something about him, that he's a leader. So during the playoffs, he just proved that he's a person capable of leading the club. And fortunately, when Coach Dylan Kerr was still there, he was his assistant. So it worked very well for us. We could identify his leadership skills there and identify him as a person that would take the club forward.
And now he has put himself in a very, very difficult position because you must be expecting more from him next season.
Look, fortunately, we don't put pressure on the coach. We understand that we are now coming from 3 years of a mess. Now we must rebuild. We are rebuilding. He's going to be there as part of the rebuilding. We want him to rebuild nicely and make sure we've got a stable club. So he's not under pressure. The only pressure he has is to make sure that the club stays in the league and do better than this season. So he finished in top 8, so he must maintain that position or go higher. He can't go lower.
And lastly, Mr. Chairman, one of the most important things will be sort of rebuilding the team. What must the Swallows fans expect in terms of activity in the transfer market?
Look, Swallows fans must be very patient and understand that we've just come from 3 years of a mess. You guys will remember the Telkom issue. So there was a 3-year deal that means that meant that we had players or contracts signed for 3 years to make sure that we offered the sponsor good value. So now all that has come to an end. We've written our losses off and moved on. The new season will start afresh and we'll make sure that the club is strong, stable. But what they must expect is a club that is much improved. They'll see new faces at the club because I want the coach to bring new faces. Because if you look at football now, it's very quick, it's fast. The pace has increased. I mean, you look at the young players from Stellenbosch, you can't catch those boys. I watched Maritzburg last night. You can see the pace has improved. So we're looking for new players that will be able to keep up with our competitors. Because if you don't, then you'll be left behind. You'll be fighting relegation.
And last, this technical team, of course, you have to choose the people that you want to work with.
No, definitely. I mean, I had something you mentioned to him during his interview that there's more technical team members than players now. That's a new modern football. It's going in that direction. That's the direction that the coach must take. I gave him the power to go identify the people he wants to work with, and he must bring those people on board. We're not saying he must bring his friends and family on board, but we want qualified people that will come and add value at the club. So he must have his strong medical team. He must have strong video analysis team. He must have strong media team. So everything must be strong. His technical must be strong. So we must make sure that we now move forward as a strong Swallows. The Swallows that will be competing like in the olden days.